Hello everybody and welcome back to another exciting episode, it is always exciting, of the wonderful, wobulous Project Zomboid Peach Mall 2.0 save file. Let's dive in. We're kind of at dire straits, I like to think of it as, because our food situation is a little bit scary. So we have two things we can do to kind of mitigate that. One of which is start a farming, which is something I definitely want to do and will be doing over the time. But the immediate solution is to do a little bit of fishing. And if we can get some fish in our system and keep ourselves alive, we'll go ahead and do that. For now, I will use the mall as a source of fish for a little while. And it's a little bit gamey because it's a little broken, but again, right now, I don't have the luxury of being able to dive down to the local river. I could do it, but it'd be a little bit, I don't want to say difficult, but it would take a long time. Wandering down there would be a long hike, and wandering back, the food would probably go bad before that ever happened. So right now, I want to see if I can get anything going as far as cooking is concerned. So let's, we got to get the fire going for one, and for that to happen, we actually need some flammable items, of which we have a few. I think we have some smaller stuff. I'm looking for like paper or something that I can use with the lighter that we have. That way we don't have to make fire the hard way, which is like rubbing two sticks together and saying, come on, baby. Gotta rub some sticks together and then blow on them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. I hope we can get some paper or something out of here. Nothing really interesting. Surprised we actually don't have any paper. All right, well, I think we can use this book. I'm pretty sure. I also want to make sure too that we actually have the fish that are in there that aren't rotten. If they are rotten, we'll have to run back to the mall and do some fishing and get ourselves some more food that way. Just kind of want to, and at the same time, it allows me to check out how good fish would end up filling me after they're cooked. So these are all uncooked, cooked, uncooked, uncooked. And it looks like they're not quite rotten yet, which is a little surprising, if I do say so myself. Do I have the lighter in here? Did I not bring... Okay, I have the lighter. All right, good. And we're going to bring some logs over so we can actually, you know, keep the fire going. I don't know how the fire works. I think the fire works a little bit differently than it used to from back when I played with fire prior in a prior episode a couple builds back. So we'll see. We shall see. It's good to have level 2 sprinting, by the way. I have to say that again. It's very nice to have level 2 sprinting on my side again. So with this, we will go ahead and plop these down. So now I can, I think, do this. Redrop equip is primary, equip is secondary. Let's equip this as our primary, and then can I light it? Looks like I can't actually light this. So this is not flammable. Noted. I actually can't even click it. There we go. Unequip. Drop. Alright, with that in mind, let's go figure out if we can find anything flammable nearby. Paper, journals, typical little things like that. Little nonsensical things. It's weird. I'd like to see one day maybe being able to rip pages out of a book, making it essentially unreadable, but giving yourselves the ability to kindle some fire. Nothing here. Nothing here. Let's go next door. Let's start hitting these houses up. Getting a fire going is going to be a little bit more difficult than I initially anticipated, but it's fine. We'll be alright. Why am I so overburdened, too? Oh, because I haven't equipped this as my secondary yet, and I'm carrying it around. Okay. I can only imagine him, like, carrying it under his arm. And he just doesn't think to, well, hello. Doesn't think to, you know, use it properly. And to sling it over his shoulder like a moron. Then again, it's me who's controlling him, so I guess it's me that's the moron. You might as well take some painkillers. Alright, apparently I did not do a very good job looting this. Alright, that's good. That's what I need. Can I light this? How do I do this? Why is this not working? Maybe I have to put it... Well, his graphic is ridiculous. He's running so fast. Maybe I have to put it in here first? Let's try that. I know newspaper is one of the things I can light. Are you serious right now? Is this off? Okay, I have no idea what's happening and why I can't actually light it. Alright, so our food situation is once again dire. Because suddenly this doesn't want to work the way I thought it did. I don't understand. And I'm sure you guys are like slamming your head into the ground saying, Mathis, you're a fucking idiot, but I don't understand why it's not working. You would think, like, just throwing it in there, I should be able to just right-click on this and, like, light the fire. Not gonna lie, this is definitely a little frustrating. Mainly because I don't know why this is happening. Let's equip this as our primary and see if we can get the hammer in our hands and see if that'll do it. Nothing on the light source. This is silly. This is very, very, very silly. It's a little bit obscure. Maybe it doesn't work. In which case, that's not a problem. If it does work, I'm going to have to call out IndieStone here and say this is a little bit obscure and I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do to get this working. You would think I should just be able to fucking light it. Let's go ahead and read it, you know. Sure that went over well. And then it just disappears, right? Yeah, of course it does. Okay, plan B. We need to look at start some gardening. So seeds. Seeds are going to be very important. And we'll start digging up some areas and getting ready to garden here a bit. Luckily, we did come across some chips. So we'll eat these today. We should have enough food for our garden to grow. Now, one of the big things we're looking for here is cabbages. Cabbages are in the game pretty much the easiest and least stressful thing the least stressful thing to grow, and we can get ourselves a very solid food source kind of going with cabbages. So we're gonna be looking for cabbage seeds, and we should be fine as far as like lighting is watering is concerned. We have a pretty solid source, really, of water. That was silly. All right, one more. Down, boy. All right, they have to have nerfed the axe a little bit, or at least nerfed it in one hand, which I will agree with. It definitely needed it. Axe was just a little too powerful. Still is really, really good, but it's going to take a lot more work. There's a lot more zombies going on. Oh, you know what? Actually, no. Never mind. Don't listen to me. I'm pretty sure this is the build where respawning zombies starts to kick in a little bit. They messed around with respawning in this build, and respawning actually happens so long as you don't... I think it's like as long as you don't visit a particular area for X number of in-game days, then zombies will be there the next time you go there. Don't quote me on that this is in this build, but I'm almost positive that is something that was under wraps, or not under wraps, but under construction, and should be in this particular build. So we're going to be hitting up all these stores on the first floor again because I know I ignored anything that had seeds as part of it. Are you kidding me right now? What? Did I really miss this stuff to loot? Or did I just miss that one shelf? Okay, hold up there. These are lootable? Alright, we have some days of food left. That's good to know. Let's start looking a little bit here for some seeds now. I don't know if we'll find any in here. If we do, it'll be on the shelves more probably, but I do want to be thorough. As thorough as I can be, anyway. Digital watch. I'm going to take the magazine. Still really want to try and light stuff, so I'm going to take all the flammable stuff. Because my only other thought is that maybe I just didn't have enough. But all this stuff should be flammable, and this should be able to allow me to cook and set up a fire when I have the opportunity to. Again, definitely a little bit on the frustrating side that it wasn't working as intended. Or at least as openly as it should. If I carry a candle, can I actually light the candle? Okay, I can light the candle. Alright, so that's There's something wrong, because this is very, very simple. So we have a lit candle. I'm actually going to take the candles. Hey, that's food. On the off chance I can use that to light the fire. Don't know if that's how it's going to work, but I can only hope that it'll let me. I'm not going down there. Checking around a little bit, seeing what we got. Continue looking for seeds. Don't know if there's a store in here that would actually have like, hey, this would be where I want to go for seeds. Okay, let's move on. Nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Continue to look. Continue to move. This is a shoe store. If I find anything other than shoes and clothing here, I'd be silly. Oh, we should start. We gotta get back. Ugh, that's so frustrating. I wasn't paying attention to the time. You know what? Let's grab these candles first, and then we'll go. All right, let's head back. We'll get back probably around 2100 hours. I'll ignore the campfire. We'll try to mess with the fire come morning. I'm very happy that we found some food, though. I don't feel as panicked anymore. Basically, we were on a clock, and the clock was at 0, and we needed to find food bad because we were about to crack into our cans of food. And when you start cracking into your cans of food, that's when things are very, very desperate. But the things we found now actually gave us a little bit extra time on the clock. You know, another 10 or 20 not days, minutes, so to speak. We'll see. Glad that that happened, though. Don't expect to get sprinting level 3 anytime soon. Hell, before this end of this playthrough, I highly doubt it'll happen. Getting sprinting level 3 is much more difficult of a task than I've ever really... I don't think I've ever accomplished it, so... Alright. Let him catch his breath. Then move. I love once you break a certain point in this map, the mall despawns, and the frame rate picks right back up to where it should be. Okay. We will try and light it in the morning. If I equip this... Not this. Do I get some light? I do. I get a nice little bit of light. Very cool. I like it. Let's actually... equip as our primary. Let's get in the house, get him to sleep. Look at that. Right at 2100 hours. I'm right here. Probably be 2110 by the time I actually lay my head down. Maybe a little bit later, but come on. I pretty much nailed it. Up we go. Come on. There you go. And sleep. Not bad. And he's not exhausted either, so my hope is that even though we're getting him to bed a little bit later than usual, he'll wake up right on time. If not a little earlier than I expect him to, because he wasn't exhausted. He was just tired. But right on time, 8 o'clock to the latest, I'd be very happy with, and I'm hoping that ends up being the case. Hey, a little bit earlier, 7 o'clock-ish. You can't complain. You can't complain. Let's head off to the campfire and see if we can get this shit going. I wonder if the lighter just doesn't necessarily work with certain things that it's supposed to work with, and I need matches or something to get the fire going. It's a little frustrating. Add fuel. Oh, I have to... Really? Really? That's what I need to do? Didn't I do this? Wait, didn't I do this? The book might not have counted? I don't know. Add fuel. Let's, light up a fire. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, relax. Let's go ahead and pop these in here. So it should be cooking now. Alright. There we go. It's good to see the fire actually working. Damn. Let's go ahead and crack. I don't know like how many logs we need, but let's go ahead and add a log. Let's take a peek at the fish. Is it actually cooking? I'm hoping it's cooking. I don't think it's cooking, guys. I like how we're moving so fast, the fire's just not doing anything. Alright, looks like you can't actually cook the fish. Let's just drop these logs in there to keep it going. Alright, unfortunate. I don't know why it's not cooking. I'm trying to think if there's something I can do to fix that, though I don't think that there is. We're going to have to go out of here. We'll let the fire go. And we'll see what we can do. At least we're going to get a refill on our water supply. In fact, how are we looking on water right now? While the water is raining, let's go ahead and fill our bottles. Drink up too. There we go. Top everything off. It's raining. I don't want to go anywhere. We're already a little bit wet. Ugh, frustrating. Truly, truly frustrating. Hopefully the rain will stop by morning, and we will be able to take a look to see if those fish cooked. Maybe the fish will cook when we're not looking at them. Maybe they're shy. They're shy fish, really. Gonna hang on to that. Soda's a little bit more valuable. Let's have a lollipop for dinner. Ugh. Well, that was uneventful, unfortunately, as far as the cooking is concerned. At least we got the fire going, but would have preferred to see the cooking thing going. Maybe because the fish are already slightly rotting? Maybe I should try fishing new fish. That could be something we could try doing. Speed up time a little bit. Let's go check it out. You know what? For the sake of experimentation, let's take the rotten fish. I mean the chicken. And let's see if we can get it to cook. We won't eat it because even if it's rotten after we cook it, it's still going to be bad. We don't want to eat it. But for the sake of science and maybe understanding how things work, see if the campfire actually cooks like it's supposed to, we'll see. Yeah, this is all uncooked. Let's go ahead and drop all this on the ground. All right, a couple fish just piled up. So let's go and take the chicken. Slap that on there. We'll light a fire. Good. And we'll see. Okay, relax. Alright, it's heating up. Maybe because it was already on there. Alright, it's a rotten cooked chicken. So let's go ahead and slap that on the ground. Let's go ahead and put this in. Let's see if that was the case. That could be it. Ah, that was it. Okay, because it was already on the fire. It couldn't register that it was cooking. Uncooked small catfish. Come on. Don't die on me now. So long as we'll add some fuel. A couple magazines. There we go. Alright, we can put out the fire now. And for our reward, we got ourselves a small catfish. That still will hit the unhappiness and boredom because it was slightly rotting. And we can eat it up. Mmm, delicious. Look at that. Hallelujah, we learned how to use the campfire. Alright, with that all done, we made some progress. We got some food. I'm happy to call this an episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Man, that episode actually kind of went by fast for me. Either way, if you enjoyed it, come back tomorrow. More Daily Zomboid. And consider dropping a like as it helps me out a great deal. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.